Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Meteorologist Sam Gabrielli checking in with your forecast here with the First Alert Storm Team. We are going to be tracking a chance overall for a couple of severe storms that are going to be firing up across our skies. We can take a look at later on today. It's mainly going to be a risk where we're going to be talking about tornado, damaging wind, some times of hail with some of these storms, but mainly going to be a rain event and some times of some tornadic storms as we are going to be watching the remnants of Hurricane Beryl marching into much of our area. So we're here with an update, a live update real quick this afternoon. You probably heard some of the storms rumble through earlier on this morning, right around the 10 a.m. hour in Metro Louisville, and Mother Nature is really packing quite the punch, bringing in these showers and storms. So let's take a closer look at the current radar that is underway right now. So the radar is actually showing right now that Beryl is marching its way across much of the Ozarks right now, the Ohio River itself, and towards just west of Kentuckiana. So Beryl's actually a tropical depression right now. It is gradually weakening of a storm, which is some good news. But unfortunately, as it does track into our area, it will be providing that potential for a couple of tornadoes due to the amount of twist and spin in the atmosphere. It's also going to be providing the potential for some damaging wind gusts with some of these storms that do ignite later on today. And it's also going to be providing some locally heavy rainfall as well. We'll get a closer look at the image on our local viewing area. So we actually remain on the southern flank of this storm system. So that means that we're going to be in the humid, very warmer air mass, and that's going to be promoting the likelihood of picking up a couple of storms that will be turning strong to severe as we get you into later on this afternoon. So here's a quick little update as we approach 1:15. We do have a couple of showers popping up by Paoli, Salem, Brownstown, Seymour, and Indiana. Not a huge deal right now. These showers are going to be just basically staying on the light side of things. We're going to be watching this and letting you know if there's any kind of redevelopment of these showers. Again, in Louisville, we're dry. We're likely going to be dry for the next hour or two, possibly even beyond. We'll see when these storms do kind of a kick in. But this is a look at that storm that we watched. The one you see up in Cincinnati, that one did develop about 4 hours ago off to our west by Brandenburg in Louisville. Notice right around the 10:30 to 11 a.m. hour, that storm did roll through the west end of town and towards New Albany and Sellersburg and even Charlestown, Indiana. It wasn't severe, but it did produce some times of very heavy rainfall with it and a lot of lightning. So we're getting a live look right now at our current radar. We are dry for the time being in most spots, just picking up a couple of showers off to the north and west. But the focus throughout the course of the day, we're already noticing a few storms popping up down to the south, will be for a couple of storms that will be filling in down to the south right now and are going to be marching into our area. That is going to be the concern where all that warmer, kind of more energized air is. Well, there will be a risk for a couple of severe storms later on today. So something to be monitoring for sure. I just want to let everybody know, of course, we're going to be watching, due to Beryl's remnants, a lot of spin and shear and twists in the atmosphere. That's going to be promoting the likelihood of seeing some very heavy rainfall, the risk of a tornado. We're getting about a medium risk of seeing a tornado or two popping up with this storm. Strong winds, so a couple of wind gusts could be approaching 50 miles an hour, if not 60 with some of these thunderstorms. A pretty low risk of hail. The atmosphere is just too warm to be promoting some hail risk. Again, so we're mainly just going to be concerned about a heavy rain and tornado risk, as some of the models are trying to show that rainfall amounts are going to be dropping about 1 to 2 inches with some of these thunderstorms. So the main risk of picking up some very heavy rainfall is going to be likely for the area, especially along and north of Louisville, north of the Ohio River. That appears to be that risk for some flooding potential. Now notice in Louisville, we're more in that light blue band. You can see with the measurement on the tool up top, showing you just how much rain is denoted by that light blue color. That's around an inch. Areas that are highlighted in that pink color on this map, you see, that is where there could be 1 to 2 inch rainfall tallies. So it looks to be heaviest upwards towards Salem, Jasper, English, Bedford. That looks to be the potential for a couple of reports of some localized flooding potential with these storms. So, and then a little bit closer to it, the risk of severe weather, again, levels 1 through 3 on a scale of severe storms. This is where Beryl's kind of the warm air along with Beryl's energy today could be promoting a few storms that could be turning severe, dropping some tornadoes possible, some wind gusts around 50 to 55 miles an hour, if not near 60 or greater, and there will be some localized flooding with that potential as well. So here's actually a closer look at Futurecast and the remainder of the day today. So Futurecast doing a pretty good job so far of picking up on the idea of fairly dry air locally in Kentuckiana, but that could be changing as we take a look at around 2 o'clock today. So still, Futurecast does keep us dry as we take a look around 2 o'clock in most spots. And down to the south, though, there will be a few storms developing. And again, some of these storms, as they do make their way into our area, could be turning severe, producing some very heavy rainfall. A couple of reports of tornadoes possible around 4 or 5 p.m. and beyond. Here's actually a look around 6 to about 8 o'clock. A few of these storms will be organizing around Louisville and around much of the I-65 corridor and are likely going to be producing some possible tornadoes. So heavy rain, a lot of twists in the atmosphere will be making for a few storms to be producing tornadoes. And I do think the risk just after sunset, getting close to about 11 p.m. or midnight, will be coming to a close. So that is some good news from the storm system. And then once those storms are out of here, we're mainly just going to be talking about some light rain showers during the day tomorrow. So we're not going to be too concerned. In fact, if you're not a fan of the heat, maybe the heat's just been too much in the sunshine, you're going to be in luck tomorrow. We'll only be in the low 80s in Louisville. It'll be a little windy, though, keep in mind tomorrow. And here's a few of the facts with tornado warning safety. So make sure if there's a warning issued for your area into the afternoon and evening today, get out of mobile homes, find a sturdier shelter, and make sure you are staying away from windows, preferably get down to your basement. Grab your severe weather safety kit. First aid, flashlight, candles, a charged cell phone is very important. Make sure you get all your electronics charged up. Even if there's no tornado, you likely still could be losing power. And cover up pillows, blankets, anything else that's going to be blocking you from debris. So make sure, maybe if you don't have a basement, get into a bathtub if you can. Grab a mattress, put it over you, maybe even grab the blankets and the pillows as well, and just sort of seek shelter in your bathtub. And here's actually a closer look as well at the tornado shelter. So again, you want to be staying away from windows. The areas you don't want to be in are the kitchen, the living room. You want to be more in a hallway, closet, stairs, or the bathroom, or even the basement. Of course, that's the best place to be protecting yourself from any kind of tornadoes. And if you do live in an apartment building, get to the lowest level of your home or the lowest level of the apartment and stay away from windows. Get to the staircase if you can, or the stairwell, and cover yourself in as much as you can. This is actually another look as well at a taller structure of a building. Get to the lowest level of the stairwell, or lowest level of the building, preferably a stairwell if you can. So again, a closer look at our radar. We're not looking at anything impending at this hour. If maybe you want to get outside, get the dog for a walk around the noon hour and just beyond early afternoon, you're in luck right now. We're staying pretty quiet. But down to the south, this is where a few of the storms are brewing, and this is where the atmosphere is a little unstable, and some of these storms could be organizing, producing some very heavy rainfall with them, a chance of a tornado or two, and also producing some strong wind gusts with some of these thunderstorms, as they are going to be kind of vigorously developing as we get you into mid to late afternoon in early evening. So again, the timing of these storms, I'll roll you through Futurecast one more time just so you get an idea. We're dry right now, likely dry until about 2 or 3 into the afternoon, but things could be changing as we get into about 4 o'clock and beyond. Some of these storms will be organizing, notice, west of I-65, and these storms are going to be likely forming more closer into a scattered cluster and forming into a line closer to about 7 to 9 p.m. this evening. And then Futurecast does bring these storms out of our area by about midnight, setting up for a pretty quiet overnight. So that appears to be the overall look at everything, and we're going to be keeping you posted here around the clock with the First Alert Storm team, and we'll get a good handle on everything. Colleen and Alden are going to be in this afternoon and evening providing further updates. You can also take a look at our Facebook page. We're going to have further updates on these severe storms then as well. So for now, we're going to sign off. Everybody, please be safe today. Just know that we're not tracking an outbreak, but there will be enough energy in the atmosphere for a couple of tornadoes to be forming. We're going to be watching wind gusts around 60 plus miles an hour and some flash flooding potential. But the nice thing is, after we deal with this system, a much quieter period is going to be taking over and taking grip in Kentuckiana. It will be hot this weekend, though, so make sure you are going to be staying out of the sun, especially late this week, heading into the weekend when plenty of 90s are in the forecast and periods of sunshine. For now, we're going to sign off. We'll provide further updates throughout the course of the afternoon and evening for you on WHAS11.com and also here live on air on WHAS11 TV as well, channel 11. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great day and stay safe.